Okay, so are you currently living on one income? You don't need to tell us this in the comment section below, but it's just a question that I'm throwing out there. There are many situations that sometimes people are living on only one income, and of course, that is not easy. And of course, with the way prices and situations are going in general in life during this year of 2025, it may be a very hard thing to do. But I do have a couple of, in my opinion, practical and sort of just common sense, everyday garden variety helper helper kind of tips to help get through living on just one income at the moment. Okay, for example, there are some seniors, they're just living on their social security income, for example. There are other people who are not seniors and they're living at the moment on one income. If you hear my paper rattling, I apologize, or a book banging on my table by accident. Okay. So here are a couple of things that come to my mind anyway that I believe makes a ton of sense. Number one, right off the bat, reduce any and all unnecessary expenses for true and for sure. Now, while I may advocate people looking for a side hustle, let's say like dog walking, if you're the owner of a dog, I'm going to say walk your own dog and save the money in a case like this. Something just as simple as that could absolutely bring in more income by not having to spend extra money on something that's not needed. If you own a dog, assumingly you're able bodied enough to take care of your dog, and therefore that requires walking a dog. So you see where I'm going with this. Pet expenses can be expensive, and I talk about that on another video. I'm not sure if you heard it yet, or it should be upcoming in the not so distant, but you might have heard it by now. So reducing any and all unnecessary expenses is a great place to start. Another thing that is kind of sort of the elephant in the room, let's say that the person who has the one income only, right, also is going through trying to pay down consumer debt. Uh, 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 uh. So the obvious thing would be to get rid of that. Getting rid of that credit card debt or other forms of consumer debt is really extremely logical because you're clear making a clear path and you're opening up your whole situation to another level in a positive way. So find ways to pay down your debt. Some people pay down their highest interest first. Some people knock it out of the ballpark completely with their smallest debt completely paid off. And then they work towards other methods. Check it out. There's so many videos about debt repayment that I can't even get into. But logically, sure, once your debt's cleared up, you just opened up a whole new world, practically creating a second income stream, whether you realize it or not, by not having to pay down those extraneous debts. Does that make sense? Or does that make sense? Honestly, we both know it makes a ton of sense. Are there unnecessary, I mean, we could add this really to the second one that I said about unnecessary expenses. I'm sorry, that was the first one. Doesn't matter. Find other ways. Sometimes we forget. Sometimes we forget that we have subscriptions to things. And I know that you're aware of subscriptions, but sometimes we forget that we have them because they just come in on a regular basis, pile up somewhere in a corner, perhaps collect dust. And the thing that you're subscribed to that maybe doesn't mean that much to you right now, maybe was completely relevant to you 12 months ago. But maybe at this moment in time, because life changes, we evolve, our interests change along the way, and therefore perhaps sometimes our need for something that we thought really, really, really we want to have forever and ever and ever may not be the case at the present moment. And if you're living on one income, anything that helps bring back that more of that original one income is like almost like thinking you're creating a second income easily. So look around you. Are there subscription items you forgot about? Listen, hey, it could happen to anyone. It could happen to anyone. So take a look at that. I think I think that's really, really important. And the next one I'm just mentioning, look around your home or apartment and sell stuff. Most of us have more clutter than we can even imagine. Even if the place looks neat and clean, sometimes we have what I call hidden clutter. Huh? What do you mean by that, Jan? That's exactly what I mean. It could be stuff that's just sitting in our neat little closets that have doors closed, or cabinets, or things that everything looks neat and great. But there are things in there that are just like literally sitting there, collecting dust behind the closed door, and perhaps needing to be donated if you want to, or sold out and making a couple of bucks. Hey, after all, if you're living on one income, don't feel badly if you don't donate the item and you put it up for sale first. There's nothing wrong with that. Generating more cash to make your life better and keep on top of those extra bills. This is a great way to get rid of that debt. I'm just saying. So many times we are sitting on top of hidden cash and don't know it. Not to mention, we got the bonus of clearing out some clutter. I'm just saying, do these ideas make sense or not? Now, the other thing I'm going to mention before I conclude with this, perhaps you may want to start a side hustle and ultimately gain a second stream of income. That would definitely decrease a lot of the burden that you're going through, a lot of the stress. It all depends on your situation. Are you ready, willing, and able to do the side hustle? Or can you do something because maybe in your lifestyle you need a more sedentary situation that's more, let's say, workable within your situation, medically or whatever. Let's say you can't stand for a very long period of time. Then obviously you wouldn't take on a situation where it requires long periods of standing. Something that works within your parameter or your network. When it's your second income, the sky is the limit. Look around, think about things, and not only just read and watch videos, come up with your own unique ideas. It is really strikingly amazing. I saw a video the other day, and it was in jest, but it worked out, where someone was trying to generate cash so that they could buy more stuff so that they could resell it and make more cash. And you know what that person did? That person was charging people $1 for a joke. They would tell that person a joke, and if it made the person laugh, he would just walk around the street and ask people, "Would you like to hear a joke? If it makes you laugh, I'll give me $1, whatever." He went around and tried to make people laugh. Some of the jokes were very, very corny. They were just so corny, but some of the jokes were really like belly laughers. So the people that had the belly laugher joke, they paid a person $1 for a joke. Talk about creative. The sky is the limit when a person wants to increase their income. They will find a way. Well, anyway, I hope that these ideas help at least one person listening today. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate everybody's time. Don't forget to come back tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day at when? 5 a.m. for a brand new upload. You don't have to get up at 5 to hear it, but it's brand new loaded at 5 a.m. Therefore, like let's say you wake up at 8 o'clock and you want to hear it. There you go. It's already sitting there. Take good care, everybody. Don't forget, everyone should just take good care of yourselves, because guess what? If you do not take good care of you, how can you possibly take good care of them? Thank you.